Hey there, and welcome to the Do Life Big podcast. This podcast is going to be your jam if you want to live to your full potential and don't believe in half-assing anything in your life. If we want to do life big, that means we've got to get out of our own way because we only have this one shot to make it awesome. I'm your host, Kathy, and I'm a mom of three whose BFF is cold brew, a retired school teacher turned online entrepreneur, and an author. I'm loud, bold, and will always keep it real. I'm determined to live my best freaking life possible, and I'm here to help you do the same. I'll be packing this podcast with tips, motivation, inspiration, and strategies to finally get you where you want to go. And we will have a ton of laughter along the way because let's be honest, we can't ever take ourselves too seriously, right? I'm so excited you are here with me today. Now let's get this party started. Hey, my friend, what's up? And welcome back to another episode of Do Life Big. I'm so excited to have you here today. Now, I just want to start this episode off by letting you know that I do not typically record these podcasts on a Sunday. And so if you hear crazy chaos and noise in the back, like it might sound like I'm at a zoo. I am not at a zoo. It's just all my kids are home, and especially my 5-year-old. Maybe he belongs at the zoo, but he is so loud. And so I hope you can't hear any of this in the background. If you do, that's why. But anyways, thanks so much for being here today. I'm really excited to have you here. Today, we're going to be talking all about a topic that every entrepreneur, especially us moms, know all too well. And that is the topic on overwhelm, right? Oh my God, just how much overwhelm, that mental clutter that we have in our mind, that feeling like no matter what we do, no matter how much we do, there's always one more thing that needs to get done, one more thing that should get done. We all know what it feels like to have that overwhelmed feeling, just the stress that it produces internally inside of us is out of control. But here's the truth that I really want you to hear about being overwhelmed and overwhelm in general. Overwhelm is not a requirement for success. It's not a sign that you're doing it right or that you're on the right path and that you should continue going on, right? It's not a badge of honor to be wearing this sense of overwhelm, of being busy, of doing all the things all the time, that feeling, that stress, that overwhelm. It's not a badge of honor to be worn. And when you feel this overwhelm creeping into you, whether it's regarding something in your business or in your life, it's actually a time where you should really stop. You should think and you should pause and you should really reassess what's going on, protect your inner peace. With the overwhelm, it's like the slightest thing that could happen, it could immediately just trigger something in us. And a couple weeks ago, I was away at a business event in Arizona with my husband. It was for next level leadership with my business mentor, and it was amazing. Now, when you're in these rooms and you're in these business events, like you quickly realize that there is a lot of success. There is a lot of success in the room. And a lot of times you sit there and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm like the small fish in the big room with all of these amazing people doing all these incredible things, multiple businesses, multi-millions of dollars, and it's okay. And it's really easy to sit there and get overwhelmed because as you talk and you get to connect with everybody, which is great, I encourage you to get in the room with the people. If you're running a business, it's essential that you do that. You can also start to second guess what you're doing. And then you can hear all these different ideas of everything that everybody else is doing. And then you start to think about, oh, I should do that too, or I should do this, and then I should do that. And next thing you know, you have this list of 50 different things that everybody else is doing that you think you need to be doing in your business. And then immediately, that's when the overwhelm comes into play. We're sitting in like tables of 8 people. And at the time, I'm getting ready to open up my Empowered Moms Business Circle community. So I'm moving away from just launching my Mindset Accelerator program 4 times a year and helping people in their business that way into now let's turn this into an online community. In order for that to happen, way more than I imagined would have to be done. And it's taken me a lot longer than I thought it would to get this community up and running. I feel like I've been saying this now for so long. And I'm hearing all these different suggestions from all these people about what I should do and how I should run my community and how they run their membership and how they run their community and who I should sign up with to get training on how to run a community. And the overwhelm was like, I had to take a step back and just be like, all right, let's just take a step back and focus what I'm doing and stay in the game. Because when you get overwhelmed like that, it makes you not want to take any action at all in your business because you think, There's too much to be done. Why bother doing anything at all? So anyways, let's break this down here for a second. Why do we even get overwhelmed in our business anyways? Honestly, for most of us, it's because we are thinking about everything. We're thinking about everywhere that we need to be. We're thinking about all this 24/7, and we're wearing all the different hats. We're wearing all the hats of all the time of CEO, content creator, coach, mom, wife, chef, Uber driver, right? We're doing all the things, right? There's 25 other things that could go on that list. As we know, it never ends. But you get the gist of what I'm saying here. But here's the mindset shift that I want you to take in today with this episode. That it's not about doing more. It's about doing what matters most. So think about that for a second. It's not about doing more. It's about doing what matters most. The goal isn't to be busy. The goal shouldn't be to just be busy or to brag about how many things you crossed off today on your to-do list. Or if you're the type of person who likes to have more things on their to-do list just so you can see more things crossed off. So then you find yourself writing down the things that you've already done just to see yourself cross it off the list. You get what I'm saying? I've done this far too many times just to feel like you've accomplished so much. The goal isn't to be busy. The goal is to be effective. And so here are just a few shifts. I'm going to give you 4 shifts so that you can use these to start to prevent overwhelm from happening in your business, or you can use these in your life. So the number 1 is to start your day with clarity, not chaos. So before you even open up your laptop, before you open up your phone and get consumed by all the emails, all the messages, all the scrolling that we like to do, ask yourself, what are the 1 to 2 things that I need to do today that will move the needle forward in my business today? And always do those things first, just 1 to 2 things. And you'll be taking intentional action, which will immediately get you out of the overthinking, overwhelmed state and into the inspired action state, which we know we need to be in, right? I've talked about this before, but it's not about just going through the motions and taking action in your business to give you the results that you want. You need to take aligned, inspired action. And so when you start your day this way, with those 1 to 2 things that you know needs to be done to move the needle, you immediately feel more in control and you feel more inspired and you feel like you are making progress. And when you feel and you know that you're making progress, then you're more likely to keep. So that's the first one. The second one is I want you to use this example of the parking lot method is what we're going to call it. Now, if your brain is buzzing 24/7 with all these different ideas of all these different things that need to be done and accomplished, and you have all these, I'm like this, where I'm like, oh, we should do this, Nick, or I should do this for the business, or I should create my first live event. It's all these different things. They're consuming and they're just taking up space in our mind. What you're going to do is you're just going to create a parking lot list. This can just be on your phone. You can put it in a document on your computer, whatever works best for you. But I have a little section on my phone in my notes section of all these different ideas of things that I want to do. And what you're going to do with this parking lot section is you're going to write down every single little thing that is in your brain. You're going to write it down, and then you're going to only pick the top maximum 3 things to focus on that day. Everything else is just going to stay parked in that parking lot, in that list. And guess what? It's going to be there for you tomorrow. Because let's be honest, the list doesn't ever actually go away, right? The list is never ending. So it'll always be there. But what it does is it will declutter your brain and it'll get rid of that overwhelm. Anytime that you can get things out of your head and onto paper, it will help reduce the overwhelm in your life, all right? The third one is I want you to stop comparing your chapter 5 to someone else's chapter 20. Listen, you don't need to implement all the strategies and be on all the platforms of social media. You don't need to go and hire 20 people on your team when you're brand new to business, right? Be okay with being a beginner and starting small and just get really good at doing well what you do well in the business and in the stage that you're in, okay? When I was at my event, my business event in Arizona, I'm about to open up the doors to my Empowered Moms business circle for the community. It's not quite ready yet, but I'm talking to people who have been running a community now for 5 years, 6 years, 7 years. So I can't compare where I am right now to what they have going on now 7 years down the road. Otherwise, it's going to completely overwhelm me and I'm going to feel like stuck. You got to keep looking at, okay, that's good to have that as a vision. It's good to see where I can be in 5 to 7 years. But right now I'm here and this is where they started as well. And I need to stay focused on what I need to do right now so that I can eventually get to that place in 5 to 7 years. You get what I'm saying? All right. And number 4, and this has always been hard for me, is to schedule like empty space in your calendar. Now, I know you're going to actually go through and find little blocks of time where you don't have anything planned because you're not a machine. You're not a robot. You're a human being and we all need some downtime. We all need rest. We all need quiet time. We all need time to think. We all need time to just be. And when you give yourself that empty space, you will be so surprised with how many great ideas actually come into your mind during that time, right? Versus trying to force them when you're in your head all the time with all these different ideas and all these things going on. You will be so surprised with how many great ideas that you have, how many solutions you might have pop up to maybe problems that you've been having in your business or in your life. You're going to be surprised with how much energy that you have. You're going to feel recharged, almost like you had a reboot. And then you're going to feel just ready to take on the day instead of feeling like your business is draining you or is like a weight on your chest, right? Your business shouldn't feel like that. It should feel light. It should feel fun. It should bring you joy. I'm not saying that it's not a lot of work and that there's not going to be hard moments. There definitely are going to be a lot of those. But if you're constantly trying to force things and you're trying to push through the exhaustion and the mental exhaustion, you don't give yourself this empty space, you're going to continue to be overwhelmed. Have you ever heard that saying before? You need to slow down in order to speed up. This is the perfect example of that. Where in your day-to-day can you find even just 10 minutes of quiet time, 15 minutes of empty space where you can just let yourself be? And then here's just one little reminder for all my perfectionists out there, okay? I am still working on it. I am a almost recovered people pleaser / perfectionist. It's always a work in progress. It never really truly 100% goes away, but we're working on this. We all have things we're working on every day. Done is better than perfect. Remember that. Done is better than nothing. Done is always better than perfect. And overthinking kills more dreams than failure ever will. So today, my challenge for you is what can you let go of that's not actually serving your business or your personal growth or your inner peace? What is one thing that you can let go of? Where can you start to simplify? Where can you start to say no a little bit more to? You weren't meant to do it all. None of us were. You were meant to do the things that light you up and to serve powerfully from that place that you're at. So that's your little reminder for today. Success does not require struggle. You're allowed to build your business from a place of peace, of joy, of lightness, not from a boatload of pressure. And before I let you go for today, I just wanted to let you know that if you are a mom building a business, make sure that you get on the wait list for my Empowered Moms Business Circle community that's going to be opening up soon. This is for the go-getter moms who want to break through income plateaus and build to 6 figures and beyond this year. It's for the mom who's really ready to it's for the mom who is ready to stop running on stress, self-doubt, and survival mode. It's going to be a super powerful, awesome community for ambitious moms who are ready to really rewire their minds for success, break through the patterns that are keeping you stuck, and finally grow your business with more confidence and clarity. And inside this community, you're going to get tons of mindset tools. You're going to get coaching and community support so that way you can shift from overwhelmed to unstoppable without having to sacrifice your peace or your family in the process. So we're opening the doors soon. I'm going to be limiting it to the first 100 people. Make sure you go to theoreuter.com/empoweredmoms and I will get you on there. And I can't wait for the doors to open to that. I know it's going to be a game changer for so many of you. Thanks so much for tuning in today. I hope that you enjoyed the episode and I will see you the next time. Bye. Thanks so much for listening in. I really appreciate you choosing to spend your time here with me today. You totally rock. Hey, listen, if you loved today's episode, go ahead and tag me on social and go share this with a friend right now. Do it immediately before the day gets ahead of you and you totally forget. Couldn't be more pumped to be on this journey with you guys. Go make today awesome, and I will see you the next time.